I'd like to extend my welcome to all of you for coming down to Oxford, or coming up to Oxford, depending on which end of the country you've started travelling from. I'm the director of the SSI. What I'd like to do is give you a very brief introduction to what the Institute is and does, and also a little bit about why we run this workshop, because a lot of you will have looked at the bits and pieces that came out in the advertising of the workshop, and you've gone, wait a minute, this doesn't look quite like any of the workshops that I might have been to before. How many people have been to an unconference before? Okay, so some of you have been to this kind of workshop before. So the whole idea of this workshop is to try and get people to mingle, trying to get people to find out what's going on in different areas, and most importantly, as the title goes, make collaborations. So what we're looking for is what will come out of this in the future. It's great to get together, it's great to discuss things. I'm sure that by the end of tomorrow, there will be a whole load of things that you will never thought about that have gone through one ear and maybe gone straight out the other ear. But the important thing is, what are the collaborations you're making for the future? So this is actually the 5th workshop that we've run. Some of the more observant of you will notice that if it's an annual workshop and it's the 5th workshop, it's been going for longer than the SSI has been in existence. We've taken this over from a previous organisation because we thought this idea of bringing people together was so good. I'm also going to give my thanks to Digital Social Research and IT as a Utility as our sponsors. They help us be able to provide all the facilities to make sure that you can all get talking, including things like the dinner tonight. So thank you very much to both of them. So the Software Sustainability Institute is a national facility which is about cultivating world-class research through software. So what we mean by this is we work with researchers across the UK who are doing great things in many different disciplines: social sciences, humanities, the physical sciences, the life sciences. And we work with them to understand the software that they are using and they are developing. We work with the software developers. We work with the people who sit in between the research software engineers, the research facilitators, the funders, to understand the way that software is being used in modern-day digital research. So there are lots of different branches to this. Our work is split into 4 different teams, and representatives of all these 4 teams are with you and amongst you. Community engagement is led by Chue who you've just seen introducing the workshop. The consultancy is led by Steve Crouch, who is sitting over there. Policy and publicity is led by Simon Hetrick, over there, and training is led by Mike Jackson in the centre there. So if you have any questions about the work that we do and want to find out more about any of the things that are listed on this slide or that you've seen on our website, please feel free to chat to any of these people and find out more about how we might work with you. So the question is, why do we collaborate? And apologies to the people who were here last year who will have seen almost identical slides before, but I like the fact that I've managed to make PowerPoint do animations. Collaboration is defined as a recursive process where 2 or more people or organizations work together at the intersection of common goals by sharing knowledge, learning, and building consensus. Isn't that great? I know you're all going to be able to do this because all you want to do is share knowledge. At the very first collaborations workshop we ran, someone came up with this alternative, which I think is much more relevant. Collaboration is the suspension of mutual distrust for mutual gain. So there will be times when you think, that's a really good idea. I want to steal it for myself. I know I have. But the whole idea of the collaborations workshop is to understand where it is better to do things together than it is better than try and forge a path on your own. And in most cases, it is better to do it together. So collaboration allows us to create the partnerships that enable better research. And this is the reason why we want to run the collaborations workshop, why we encourage all of you to come along, why we're so glad that we see so many different representatives from different areas. We have researchers from many different disciplines. We have software developers. We have project managers. We have funders all in the room. So if you ever wanted to talk to someone in one of those groups, they will be in the room with you today. So, as I said, Collaborations Workshop is the SSI's way of getting all of these different people together to solve the next research challenges. They might be research-oriented, they might be technical-oriented, they might be social-oriented. You've all had coffee this morning. All we want you to do now is get on and talk to each other. So, thank you, and I'll pass you back to Chue.